Nithyanandam. My name is Nithyanandam and I am talking to you today from outside the Rajya Sabha in Nithyananda Peetam, Nithyananda Puri, Bidvi, India. What do I want to talk to you about? Well, it's World Environment Day and I have very good reason to talk to you about the rain, the sun and how our world is changing. Climate change is a reality. Global warming is a reality. There is enough evidence and scientific evidence to say it is happening. There is enough evidence to say that we as a human civilization are causing damage to this planet Earth. And if we don't stop, by 2060, we would have pretty much destroyed our own planet. Why? Because we are so unconscious about the decisions we are making. We are drilling somewhere, we are using the borewell some other place, we are creating a desert in what used to be the most rich cultures around the world. Why? You can go and read the history of all the deserts there are on planet Earth, and you will see that actually all of them were very rich forests. Because of deforestation and cutting them down, all of them have now turned into deserts. And more and more urbanization, more and more development of new world structures, as you may call it, more and more these concrete buildings around us is destroying our environment. There isn't a tree around you. How often have you seen a row of trees? If you go and look at Google Earth today, you will see how much of this planet is becoming brown in color. And that is when the World Environment Day comes. People can argue with you saying that, hey, it is World Environment Day. It's because of our, actions that this is what is happening. So the fixes that they will give you is they will tell you to relocate, they will tell you to plant, they will tell you to even, do a certain kind of farming. But even that, if you look at the studies in the United States, you will see the forests that were destroyed. Mostly, I was in Pacific Northwest, so I can very easily say the forests that were destroyed for paper and that are now being replanted by a specific kind of vegetation for making more paper is actually not helping the environment but destroying it, because there is lack of variety in the vegetation. The vegetation is very single oriented. It's the same trees everywhere. They're planted as if they are standing in a cricket field. They're all in lines, they're all in grids. There is no organic growth in this environment. And civilization around these areas, you will see that there is actually very little even animal population. It's not uncommon. All of us know whenever there is a good rich forest and a rich environment, you are to expect birds and animals and insects and moths to live around it. But if you go to these populations which are so and so new called farming, mostly now being farmed to make paper, there is really nothing there. There is no vegetation or no animal habitat that you will find. So, how is it that when we break down the environment and we cut down these trees and then we replant, we cannot replenish? The problem is twofold. The problem is when we are trying to replenish, we are only healing from the outside. It's like we are putting band-aid on a wound that may not uh, ever be fixed. The wound is still there. You can just try and cover it, you can plaster it, but it is not going to go with these minimal temporary solutions. So what is the permanent solution? The permanent solution comes from really what we call the internal shift, the shift in the consciousness of the entire system. When we are very aware that the balance of the five elements is important on the planet Earth, we will make sure that we are not drilling holes unconsciously. We will make sure that we are not doing anything that destroys one side of the planet. See, the planet Earth is a smart intelligence. It has survived many years of heat and cold. So if we try to drill on one end, there will be a pocket created on the other that has to be compensated by the shift in the earth plates. The shift is nothing but how nature balances itself. Nature is a very smart intelligence. It's a cosmic intelligence after all. It has been here much longer than you and I. And we can't claim to say that we know much better. It has seen the moon, it has seen the stars, it has seen the creation and the destruction of the worlds. This smart intelligence knows how to adjust and balance every time there is an imbalance in any part of the world. We, however, being unconscious and being completely unaware of the natural intelligence, are continuing to create imbalances in the various parts of the planet. Continuing to create imbalances requires the earth to more often shift, which is why you will see the frequency of tsunami has gone up, frequency of earthquakes, frequency of tornadoes has gone up. See, these are facts that all of us know. And because of which, more and more, if we continue to do, the planet Earth will just understand that it is time to destroy and replenish itself. It will just recreate. Now, after all, it is intelligence and it understands the concepts of creation, sustenance, maintenance, and destruction. But you and I don't. And it is time for us to have that superconscious breakthrough. We will not make these imbalances if we understand that the shift inside of us is creating the shift outside. These imbalances are within us. If we balance ourselves, if we balance the five elements within us, we will balance the earth outside. After all, we are part of this cosmos, right? We were created out of this same natural substance that makes the cosmic intelligence. We are part of the same nature. So if I can make a shift within me, that shift, me being the microcosm of the macrocosm of the world, will create a shift on the outside. These concepts that I'm sharing with you are coming from the Sanatana Hindu Dharma, the science of enlightenment and the science of completion that has been brought back to the world and humanity by the avatar Paramahamsa Nithyananda. I welcome you all to go read the book on You Can Heal on this Environment Day and see how you can save the planet in a more meaningful and a more permanent way. Thank you so much for listening. Nithyanandam.